Hello and welcome back to another edition of the only CalTV show with a winning streak. I'm Dan Fiedler.
And I'm Kevin Cohen.
And today we're going back
and forth. The Cal football team is in an obvious nosedive after going out and laying an egg against rival USC this past weekend. After back-to-back pitiful performances, the Bears have been outscored 72-6, and in a season that once started off with high hopes and expectations, is now one, to put it euphemistically, of lower expectations. So Dan, is this type of collapse becoming a trend for the Bears?
Well, Kevin, I gotta say that it is becoming a trend with the Bears, and more specifically, Jeff Tedford. I think there's a point in a coach's career when good becomes not good enough, and Tedford's in his 8th year here as coach. I think he's reached that point. There's been so many times when we've had these expectations before the season that have ultimately vaporized throughout, and I think Tedford's seat is really hot, and if this team continues to fail to perform throughout the end of this season, I think his seat is going to be very hot.
Yeah, Dan. With the talent Cal has, they should not be performing to this low of a level. And not. I also wanted to comment on the softness of the whole team. Even there's no leadership, and usually that softness is a direct reflection of the head coach.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw against Oregon 2 weeks ago that the players kind of quit on the coaches, and the coaches seemed to quit on the fans a little bit against USC, failing to go for it on 4th down late in the game and settling for field goals. I mean, that sends the message that they're scared of USC and they don't want to play, and it's what contributed to USC and Oregon combined a 6-quarter spread where they were outscored 65-0. I mean, that's embarrassing, and it's really made Cal sort of the laughingstock of the NCAA. The Cal women's swimming team will begin its national title defense this Saturday as it hosts Pacific at Speaker Plaza. The Bears defeated the Pacific Tigers last October in their first meet of the season en route to the 2008-2009 national title. So, Kevin, do you think this Bears team has what it takes to repeat as national champions?
Well, you know, I was very surprised at the last meeting, September 18th at Cal Poly. Caitlin Leverenz actually took home Queen of the Pool, title of Queen of the Pool.
The freshman Caitlin Leverenz,
right. And she clocked an impressive 4:49.55 in the pentathlon of events. And Cal also returns seniors Lauren Boyle and Hannah Wilson, as well as junior Erica Dagg. So that actually contributes to a pretty solid lineup. So, you know, I think they have a good chance.
They do have a solid lineup, but let's not forget about how powerful this Pac-10 conference is as far as women's swimming is concerned. Stanford and UCLA are among the perennial powers, and if you'll remember, Stanford actually defeated Cal in their meet at Speaker Plaza last season, and the loss of Dana Vollmer, I think, is too great because she was really the centerpiece of this team and really kept them going and made up a lot of points in a lot of their meets last season. And I think that without her there, they're going to suffer a little bit.
Not to be forgotten was the Cal men's soccer victory over Stanford this past Friday at Edwards Stadium. Junior Andrew Wiedemann scored his team-leading 9th goal of the season off an assist from Jeff Cosgriff in the 49th minute, and sophomore goalkeeper David Bingham shined as the Bears prevailed 1-0 to bring the record to 7-2 on the season. So, Dan, what has keyed the Bears to their lofty number 6 national ranking in the season thus far?
Well, Kevin, as we always like to say on Back and Forth, defense wins championships.
Always.
And the Bears have it in spades. They've actually got 2 starters out on defense in Jacob Wilson and Ted Jones. They're both hurt. A true freshman, Steve Birnbaum's actually come in, played very capably for them, and their defense has been really stout. You combine that with how well striker Andrew Wiedemann has been playing. He scores a goal in pretty much every game, and that sort of 1-2 that they've got working there is really been productive for them.
Right, and contributing to that stout defense is the play of goalkeeper David Bingham. Pitched 3 shutouts so far, and he's been really outstanding in stepping in for Stephen Frey, who graduated last year. And also, I was really impressed with the assist numbers for the Bears compared to their opponents. 20-4, and what that really tells me is that the Bears are playing well together as a team.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, sports fans. You can actually follow CalTV on Twitter and send email questions to Back and Forth at caltvsports@gmail.com. For Kevin Cohen, I'm Dan Fiedler. We'll see you next time.